Well, hello there. Welcome back to everyone here in Canada and around the world that takes part in watching Primetime Alberta Sports Show. I'm your host, Andrew Greenall. Today we are joined by three fabulous individuals. We will be talking to Mr. Brad Lyon. He is with Hockey Alberta. I'm not going to tell you his title because he told me not to, because everybody will want to talk to him about whatever we're talking to him about, and he doesn't like phone calls. Really hard to get a hold of that guy, actually. Hard to get any hold of anybody at Alberta Hockey. You got to really send them a lot of emails and eventually they'll get back to you. Anyhow, and we're joined by two Alberta female hockey players that currently play in Calgary for the Calgary Fire. We're going to bring them in later on in the show after we talk to Mr. Brad about some of the cool things that are coming up with the Alberta Built Skills Camp hosted by Alberta Hockey. So have a seat, grab your glass of water, and let's get rumbling. Good day, sir. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy that we were finally able to connect, whether by text or 2 soup cans and string or email or however many emails it took. I'm glad we finally connected.
That pigeon should be arriving any day now.
I'll keep an eye out for it.
Please do. And if you could you feed him and send him back? It is a whoopee of a flight, but he should be able to make it. So
I'll make sure I put a yes, I can appear on his legs so that you know I'm available.
I appreciate that, Brad. Thank you, sir. How are things with Hockey Alberta? You guys, well, obviously I'm doing a little bit better than you, Brad, but pulling out your hair for the last few months must be getting to you guys. But now the sun is shining and we're moving into camp season.
Well, yes, it's hockey in Alberta continues to be a bit of a challenge. Obviously, COVID-19 has not been friendly to any team activities in Alberta, and certainly across Canada. Things vary from province to province. Here in Alberta, we have the opportunity to be on the ice, which is a positive. So based on the way that things have been at various times over the past 13 months, we'll take that option, as limited as it may be. We're fortunate. We have the opportunity in Alberta that for team sports, we can have 2 groups of up to 10 participants on an ice surface at the same time. So you have to have a coach as part of each group. So you'd be looking at 9 players and a coach per group. So you've got 10 people per half of the ice surface, which allows for some skill development, the opportunity to work on individual skills, a few smaller team skills, and yes, we'd certainly rather be back to normal with regular gameplay situation, but this certainly gives us at least the opportunity to be engaging in the sport we love.
Definitely, for sure. And a few weeks back, we spoke to the president of Hockey Alberta and tried to squeeze him on a few things, but he's a tough nut, hard to crack. But he did say that he was excited that some of the stresses have been relieved from his shoulders, and he's happy to see the kids back on the ice. And so am I, to be quite frank, to be able to go back to the rink and just to be able to smell that nice smell of fresh ice coming through those doors and then being told to go back and sit in my car. But it's always great to get the kids out there in any sport, Brad. You got to appreciate that. In all sports, I think everyone's happy that the kids are able to get back out, and some adults are excited too to get back out there and
exactly.
Get on the ice. Sir, we wanted to talk to you about the Alberta Built Skills Camps. What can you tell us is happening in Alberta? Are we? I'm assuming we're on the ice. Are we not? Are we running these camps?
We are on the ice. We are running camps. We actually have some camps in the Calgary area have started this week. We have with our Alberta Built Skills Camps. We have a variety of them that we run each year, ranging from goaltender skills to small area games, super skills. camps with a variety of different focuses for different age groups. We are a little more constrained this year at this point in what we're able to do, because we have to make sure that we're abiding by the health guidelines put in place by Alberta Health Services and the Government of Alberta. We're running camps based on those guidelines that we just talked about a few minutes ago. And as I said, we've got some that have opened this week in Calgary. We've got a number of other ones that are being offered throughout the next 4 to 6 weeks across the province. If we look in Calgary, Darcy Steen, our regional center manager there, has put together a pretty impressive array. He's got some weekend camps, he's got some weeknight camps, he's got some camps where you participate one night a week over a course of 4 to 5 weeks. Good opportunity for players to get back on the ice, test out their skills, get some instruction from some Hockey Alberta trained instructors and coaches, and basically just get that opportunity, which most of our players or all of our players really haven't had the opportunity to do much this year, which is put on their equipment, get the stick in their hands, and go out and skate around and get some experience with the puck and basically enjoy themselves on the ice. And I focused on Calgary, but we've got camps scheduled in Red Deer, Lethbridge, Lloydminster, Grand Prairie. They're all based out of our regional centers in those communities. We've got some very talented and knowledgeable regional center managers who are putting together programming for our young players in those various areas of the province.
I just feel sorry for Darcy. He's been off the ice for so long, and now you guys are kicking him out the door and telling him to go get that rust off those blades and hit the ice. Poor guy.
I don't think he's complaining, and that's one of the challenges, or I guess nice challenges, when your work is involved in a sport like hockey, is you're always busy, and then when you're not busy, it's okay. Well, what are we going to do? And fortunately, I guess I use the term fortunately in that positive way. When we didn't have the opportunity for hockey activities on the ice, we took the opportunity to do some planning to make sure that the camps and programs that we do offer were ready to go when we had that opportunity. And that's why, as we're sort of at this time of year now, and hoping that the sun will stay out, that we can hit the ice skating with the camps, and like I said, get as many kids back on the ice for a few hours or a few days at least.
You brought up one of the things that I wanted to ask you in my notes here. People just think, or may think, that these things are just thrown together. But do you want to talk about how much planning actually goes into the program itself, and how dedicated these instructors are? Like, from my knowledge, they meet at least once or twice a month before they get back on the ice. Did you just want to talk briefly about the process in getting these programs going for our youth here in Alberta?
Sure. The first part of the process is obviously identifying what camps are going to be offered, what skills do you want to focus on, that type of thing. Identifying, okay, where are we going to host them? One of the big challenges this year in Alberta is what arenas are open. As the sport was shut down for that extended period of time, we did have a number of arenas around the province that's closed down their operations. So where can we host? Can we get ice time there? Because for the arenas that are open, there's a lot of people out there who are interested in that ice time. So deciding what we're going to host, and the skills that we want to teach, the age groups that we want to be focusing on, where are we going to host it? When are we going to be able to host it? Because obviously you can schedule it, but if it's not at a time that works for the participants that you're trying to attract, then that's not going to work. And then it's making sure you've got the right instructors for the session that you're teaching, and as importantly, the right instructors for the age groups that you're teaching, because certainly one of the key things for coaches or instructors at any level is, can they talk to if it's a group of 7 and 8-year-olds, can they talk to them and instruct them in a way that the kids are going to know what they're being asked to do, and then be able to go out and do it and enjoy themselves while they're doing it. And then you get to the starting day, and obviously for an interview like this, Darcy Steen, our Calgary Regional Center Manager, who I mentioned, would have been a perfect guy to be here instead of me. He's getting ready for a camp that opens this evening. So
we like you better, Brad.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. But for Darcy, he's now he spent yesterday getting ready for camps that opened last night, doing the same today. He's got camps that come open this coming weekend, as well as others this month. So there's the registration that goes on, the refunds for when people realize, oh darn, I can't actually participate. A lot of work, a lot of behind the scenes work, and that's before anybody even steps on the ice to have that opportunity to learn some skills and experience the sport.
The other question I wanted to ask you that I have an asterisk beside is registration for these summer camps. I'm not sure if you can speak to this, Brad, but what is it like what is it like right now? Is it slowly going back up the mountain, or have we plateaued and people are just waiting? So what is registration looking like right now for any and all of the camps so far?
For our camps, it's actually very good. I took a look at some of the individual camps before I came on, and most are either full or with only 1 or 2 spots left. And
wow.
in some cases, they've been full for a period of time, and there's a waiting list. And then, as I mentioned, sometimes people have to cancel out. So then you have the opportunity for the people on the waiting list. And I think that just recognizes that people love their hockey, love the opportunity to get out and take that chance to get out and put the skates on, and a camp situation like this where it's one night a week or maybe a weekend, it's that opportunity. Okay, let's put the skates on for maybe one more time this summer or before the summer, and then you can get prepared for whatever your summer activity is.
The other question that came to mind based on registrations is, you guys are reasonably priced considering that there's other camps in the area. Other camps offer NHL icons, or maybe you're on the female side, it'll offer a Canadian Olympian. If I'm a parent looking at the Alberta Built Skills Camps, what am I in for? You had brought up as well earlier that you have, I don't want to use the word selected instructors, but you have quite a handful of instructors. So what, as a parent, what type of training is my child going to get on the ice by whom?
Depending on the camp, the individuals who will be doing the instructing will differ, but what we certainly take pride in with any Alberta Built Skills Camp that Hockey Alberta offers is the fact that we've got instructors who have gone through Hockey Alberta and Hockey Canada certification training. They've gone through not just the official NCCP training, but they've gone through some of our instructional stream training, and they're people that we've had the opportunity to work with either in our camps or in our Team Alberta programming, or who we know through their coaching experience on their coaching resume, and we know that they are qualified, not just qualified, but that they're quality individuals. That they when they're going on the ice to instruct in kids who are enrolling in a Hockey Alberta program, that they know they're going to be getting knowledgeable and experienced instruction. So it's something we take pride in. You mentioned pricing. Certainly, we're aware of that there is competition out there, and we want to make sure that that price isn't something that keeps someone from being able to participate in a camp. It's important to have that opportunity to participate, and we certainly want to make sure that what we offer is affordable and provides value to everybody who registers and shows up and takes part.
Good points. Brad, we got to take a quick commercial break because I can't afford these to keep this show going without commercials. So we'll be right back, everyone. Stay with us.
Think Systems Beauty College is a little bit unique in respect to the way we teach our program. We don't do so much structure and learning and block teaching. Everybody can move along at the pace that suits them.
Well, it's a combination of being both independent and dependent, which I like because you have a little bit of both, and it makes it fun because you can go on your own and create new styles and whatnot. And yeah.
Why go solar? Solar is better than ever. Our revolutionary design and inverter equipment with the latest in solar panel technology for the ultimate in-home and business security. That's right, I said security. Grid security and security of your home are linked. Fortify your future today with a battery backup system. No maintenance, quiet running. Did you know in Manitoba, grid-connected, off-grid, and battery backup systems are 100% right off in the year you purchase for any company or farm? Do you want to back up your internet, keep your tills running, and the lights on? We can install a system that is right for you with battery backup fully capable of taking on all those essential loads and keeping you running. When you call our experts at Evolve Green, ask about getting your free energy audit today. Call or email today to find out what system works best for you. 1-866-5EVOLVE or support@evolvegreen.ca. Also, be sure to check out our website at www.evolvegreen.ca.
Welcome back to the Primetime Alberta Sports Show. I'm your host, Andrew Greenall, joined by Hockey Alberta's Brad Lyon. Brad. It's Brad. I just call him Brad anyway.
Works for me.
Just don't call him late for dinner, or don't tell him that he ate your pigeon for dinner that you sent him 2 weeks ago to try to set up this interview. Brad, eating my pigeon. Sir, thank you for joining us on the show today. We really appreciate your time. Now, another question for you. Alberta Built. It's been around since 1907. Your programs are evolving, getting bigger and larger. What are we looking for in the future? Do you think our skills camps are going to be overwhelming Alberta and you guys are going to be just pounding out these players and we're going to have a strong Team Canada with the Alberta Built kids? That's a hypothetical.
Yeah, and certainly our goal is to train and produce the best skilled players that we can in the province. And you talk about when you talk about the Alberta Built Skills programs, that they play a big role in that. The goal is with them is to provide some of those opportunities to develop skills, to fine-tune skills, and you hope that players who participate in these types of camps will continue into higher level camps. Who knows? At some point, they find their way into the Team Alberta program. If they get to have a good opportunity, a good experience in the Team Alberta program, then that leads directly to the program of excellence through Hockey Canada. And who knows where a 7 or 8 year old who starts in a skills Alberta Built Skills Camp in Calgary or Lloydminster or Grand Prairie could end up if they're interested in the sport, and they take those opportunities that are presented and provided to them to basically take them to whatever level they're capable of getting to.
Well said, well answered. Next question for you, sir, if I may. PEP, Power Edge Pro, are they still part of the Built Alberta experience?
We do still work with them. Some important skills and training that are offered through the PEP program. It's one of those areas where we've certainly had a very good partnership with PEP over the years, and definitely have learned a lot from some of the techniques they use, and been able to pass those on to a number of young players who have certainly benefited as they've moved up the ladder.
I find it very trying to think of the right word, but it's awesome to see the partnerships that Hockey Alberta have been able to form over the last few years. And I think joining with a group like Power Edge Pro is awesome. My daughter took part in many of those programs when it first came out, and it's a phenomenal tool. So I think it's awesome that Hockey Alberta has at least continued with those programs.
And one of the things that's important is to recognize that there are partners out there who have done some good things in certain areas, and it's a good opportunity to take advantage of what other people have done, what other people have been able to do in skill development, and be able to pass those types of things on to players in Alberta, because ultimately that's the end goal here, is that hockey players in Alberta get the opportunity to have the best experience they can possibly have.
Mm-hmm. Very true. Just reading my notes here briefly. Sorry, I had a whole bunch of notes on this because it's very exciting to be able to talk to Hockey Alberta. And I was joking that it's hard to get a hold of you guys. It's very easy to get a hold of you guys. It's just hard to narrow down a time to discuss it. And I've been noticing more and more output from Hockey Alberta on their social media feeds, on all of their platforms, about all the camps that they're offering, and it's exciting. If you live in Alberta right now and you're able to get onto one of these camps, I would definitely hit it up. So Brad, how about you tell our viewers how we can register from one of the camps, where they should go, where they can find out more information?
The best way is go to our website, hockeyalberta.ca, and on our website, when you get there is an Alberta Built Skills tab right there. And if you go to Skills Camps, then you'll be taken to a page that you've got a couple of tabs there. One is goaltender skills, and then the other is, as you've just clicked on, the Skills Camps. All of the camps that are available in a region can be found there. So if you're in the Calgary region, those are the camps that are available in Calgary. If you actually scroll up just a little bit on that same page, a little bit more. I know this is inspiring television. You can see we've got some tabs. You can, if you're looking for one in a specific city, I would recommend going to the regions tab, because that divides it by our region. So if you're in the Northwest in the Grand Prairie area, you could see what's being offered there. If you're in Calgary, you can see what's being offered there. Those kind of things. So check back regularly. As camps are finalized, new camps are going up on a regular basis, and you get the opportunity. That's where every Alberta Built Skills Camp that we host will be located. And registration, you just click on the camp you're interested in, go to the registration under you can click on the More Information tab. It will take you to a registration page. And as you can see, for this particular goalie camp in Edmonton, we've got 2 spots left. So our goalie programs tend to fill up very quickly. Smaller numbers because of the individualizing of the involved with that position, but very popular.
And just a plug for Mr. Ian Gordon. What a great guy, eh? What a great guy to have on the ice working with your 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old. He's a phenomenal man. And so is Matt. I've met both of them. Very great guys.
Our goalie development pathway is something we take particular pride in within Hockey Alberta. It's something that our hockey development team came up with 2 or 3 years ago now. We've brought on board. We talked about some of those partnerships. That's where we've really taken advantage of some of those partnerships with experts in their field by bringing in some of the top goalie people from across the province, trying to find them in each of our regions, so that we have those resources locally located to work with our regional centers. Our regional centers, that not only do they look after putting on these development camps and coordinating those, they also work very closely with the MHAs in their areas, their minor hockey associations, working on helping a minor hockey association come up with player development plans for players within their organizations. And in a situation with using goalies as an example, our regional center managers can put an MHA in contact with our goalie consultant for that region, so that they can help an individual MHA, if they're interested, develop a goaltender plan for that particular organization.
Oh wow, that's great news! I didn't know you guys did that as well. That's phenomenal. So you can approach, or the association would approach Hockey Alberta and ask for guidance.
Yeah, so our associations are connected with with the regional center manager in their area, and one of the things that our regional center managers are very good at is connecting with our MHAs on a regular basis, checking in with them, seeing how they can help. Are there any programs that they're looking to run, or development areas that they'd like to focus on? In some cases, they'll be able to help set up the program themselves. In other areas, they'll reach out to any of our resources that they have access to, whether it's our on-staff coach mentors, whether it's our goalie people, whoever might be the best person or people to help out, get them connected and provide that I guess value add for being a member of Hockey Alberta.
Well said. And I didn't know you guys did that. That's cool. Brad, talking about minor hockey associations and their roles within the Hockey Built programs, we have 2 guests with us today, both from the Calgary Fire, which play out of the Alberta Female Hockey League. And I believe it's the Southern Division. I believe there's 3 divisions, is there not? North, South, and Central, I believe, isn't it?
Actually, with the AFHL, we've got 3 age divisions, and then within the age divisions, we've got the teams organized there. So
yeah. So did you want to talk about these 2 lovely ladies that we have on the show with us today and explain why they're on the show with us today?
Well, the Rizarri sisters, Leanna and Laura Lee, have been. We've been talking about our Alberta Built Skills Camps, and I guess a fair amount of focus on what's going on in Calgary, and sort of partly because of knowing that we have these 2 young ladies as part of this segment today. They have been working with Darcy Steen, our Calgary Regional Center Manager, for the last 3 years or so, helping out within a number of the skills camp programs that we've been operating. As I mentioned, Darcy's busy today getting organized for a camp. But when I was talking to him about the Rizarri sisters, he mentioned that it was back in 2018, and he was hosting a super skills camp, and he mentioned to one of the coaches that was helping out that he needed some people to help out on ice during the sessions. Some of those little things that you forget that need to be done. Wrangling the pucks, cleaning, getting, making sure that everything you need for the stations are there and organized and reset as needed. And the Rizarri sisters were recommended to him, and he said since then they have been his first call. whenever he needs assistance, that he knows that he can call them up. They'll be there to help out. They'll be there on time. They'll do whatever is needed to help make the camp run smoothly. And I sort of I guess liken what they're doing to. It's not an official program within Hockey Alberta or anything, but it's almost a form of professional development. It's an opportunity for these two young ladies who are pretty impressive hockey players in their own right, but they get the opportunity now to see what their coaches do in preparation for a game or a practice. It's an opportunity for them to participate in some of the skills and sessions, helping get them set up and getting the opportunity to realize that, wow, I didn't necessarily recognize all the little things that need to happen to make sure that a practice runs smoothly. So it's sort of an almost unofficial form of professional development for some pretty talented young players in their own right.
And when we come back from this commercial break, we are going to sit down with those two and keep you on board with us too, Brad, to maybe help them out and nudge them a little bit. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
Hi, I'm JD Houghton, host of the SAS Sports Show. Catch it every Thursday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time for all things Saskatchewan sports.
Welcome back to the Primetime Alberta Sports Show. As you can see, my head is now covered by our layover. Here you go. Kind of better. Hi, everybody. Hi, girls. Oh, look, I muted one of you. That's not good. How's it going?
Good.
Good. I'm going to move this, so give me a second so we can actually see each other. I think you got to go like this. There we go. That's better. Girls, talk about an introduction. Wow. Getting recommended to go hang out at the Alberta Built Skills Camps. Not to toot your own horns for you, but I believe both of you have played for Team Alberta. You both play currently for the Calgary Fire. I think one of you you both play on the same team. Is that correct?
No, I play in midget. My sister plays in bantam.
Yes.
So, but incredible still. And you're both on the radar for quite a few teams across Canada and the US. NCAA 1 and 2 have been looking at you guys for many years now. And now you get to take in what Brad just spoke about hanging out with some highly qualified coaches here in Alberta and working with them. Laura Lee, let's start with you. How does it feel to work with some of these awesome people?
Well, it's really, really fun in trying to inspire these young players. And it's been weird, honestly, like since the start, because I've never been on the other side of the coaching side. I've always been the players in camps, but it's been really fun trying to inspire these players.
And yourself, young lady, Leanna?
It's kind of just giving back to what I received, good coaching. So it's kind of fun to see what it's like to be a coach, how to inspire young kids, just giving back the opportunities that I received.
Brad, you can see that these two are obviously well more mature than their age. Is that some of the stuff that the coaching staff works with? I don't want to call them junior instructors because we want to bring you back to talk about that later. But is coaches, or maybe as a camp counselor, is this some of the stuff that's instilled in the Alberta platform of helping build players up?
Certainly, it's always important for players to be able to have that exposure to all aspects of what's involved in the sport. And I think that one of the things that we often forget when it comes to the coaching side of things, and I mentioned it a minute ago, is just all of the prep work that goes into to being able to run that practice or run that session on the ice. And the opportunity for some young players to experience that and potentially participate in helping make that happen can only help improve sort of their perspective when hopefully we get back on the ice for regular games come September for next season.
We will be back on the ice, Brad. Stop saying that.
I'm sorry. I'll take my pessimistic hat off.
Thank you. Leanna, how does it feel to work and be able to give back to these young kids? And how are you now seeing what, like, obviously you're coaches because you play at a very high competitive level in the Alberta Female Hockey League. So now that you're seeing and understanding this, have you been able to understand more of what the coaches are asking you on the ice during drills or during games? Because now you've been subject to this?
Yes, absolutely. I can tell how hard it is to get the information that towards the kids. I can tell, how much hard work it takes.
Laura Lee, same question.
I feel the exact same way, and I just think that giving back to them, that's all I'm coming here to do, and inspiring them.
So for both of you to show up on the ice, and not that I want to spoil everything and say that you two are vertically challenged, shall we say? I don't want anybody to know how tall you both are, but I've known you guys for quite some time. How does it feel to go out on the ice with some of these kids? Do they look at you as a peer, or do they look at you as these talented young women that you both are, and they want to learn from you? Laura Lee, let's start with you.
It honestly depends on the age group, because coaching the younger players such as Timbits and novices, they definitely look up towards us because when we demonstrate drills, for example, they're like, wow, that's so cool. I want to do that. Whereas with the older kids, like maybe Pee-wee, it's kind of a little bit weird, but I think they think of us as like just mentors and stuff, that we're just trying to help them.
Leanna?
I think it is tough on the ice a little bit. And because sometimes when I'm coaching the kids, sometimes they're right at my eye level. Mm-hmm. And, when like people in my school find out that I play hockey, they go, really? You play hockey? Because I'm so small and so short and everything. But I get around that. And I coach the kids, even if they're taller than me or even if they're right at my eyes. But yeah, I get around it.
I can honestly say that watching you two play back when I was able to watch you guys play, you're both very aggressive. So I can't see anybody arguing with you or fighting with you. You guys could probably shove your stick between their legs and go whoop and pull them out. Yeah. What have you guys been experiencing so far? Like, Laura Lee, you've been at a few camps so far. How's it been so far? Or has it been Leanne? Which one's been at?
I've been the one like recently that I've been coaching, and it's because of COVID, it's a little hard. I think we're more prioritizing the kids' safety and keeping them socially distant, but we're also still trying to put skills with them.
Mm-hmm. Leanna, you show up, I believe, this weekend, right, to start working on some of the camps. What are you looking most forward to, and what do you think you'll be able to bring to the table and show these young players?
I'm really excited to get to know some new kids and to share the information and give the opportunities that I've had towards them. And I think I bring to the table probably just some knowledge on, how to give them an opportunity for their future and how to kind of get them ready for their future.
Brad, we'll use these two, the Rizzo sisters. Are they involved in any of the planning that happens at the rink, or would Darcy just walk in, have the plan already up on the whiteboard and go, okay, Leanna, I need you here. Laura Lee, I need you here. This is how it's going. Or do they have a little powwow so everybody understands the focus of the day?
I think I would turn that question back to Leanna and Laura Lee.
Fair enough.
Tell us how it works.
Recently, Darcy has been planning them because the drills are very strict and they have to be spread out. But before, with the summer camps, the ones that went all day, he still did the plans for the ice times, but me and the other coaches were able to plan the off ice stuff like the games.
Oh, cool. Laura Lee, what do you look forward to the most working with the kids? What's your favorite part of being with them?
I think just getting to know them and trying to get them to have a true passion for hockey. And at such a young age, I kind of want them to not only develop skills, but just love hockey and being there.
And you two hate hockey, right?
Oh, yeah.
We love hockey.
Yeah, I kind of figured you guys hated hockey. I just needed to get some clarification. Girls, we got to take a quick commercial break if you don't mind. Everybody stay put, grab a glass of water. And Brad, please don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after these quick commercial breaks.
Welcome to Pilot Mountain Hockey Academy, your world-class academic and hockey training facility created to maximize each student's athletic and academic potential. Blackjack Stewart Arena, home of the Buffalo, is inside the 46,000 square foot complex, as well as a curling rink and other facilities. The students have a unique combination of successful, well-rounded education at Pilot Mountain Collegiate Institute and the professional hockey training in an encouraging community. The years of experience of on-ice coaching propel our students to the next level, both mentally and physically, in a professional environment.
And that one drug on just a little bit. Welcome back to Primetime Alberta Sports Show. I'm your host, Andrew Greenall, joined by the Rizarri sisters and Mr. Brad. I'm going to call you Brandon. It's Brad.
I've been called worse.
I'm not going to tell you what Darcy called you. Anyhow, actually, he called you the jack of all trades. He said, get Brad to do it. I was like, okay.
He left out the other part of that phrase, right?
Yeah, I believe so, yes, sir. Yeah. Girls, I just want to talk about your playing history, because to get recognized by Hockey Alberta is quite an accomplishment, and not a lot of young players, athletes, we'll call them athletes, across Alberta get looked at and recommended for camps. Do you recall how you guys were presented to Darcy? Do either one of you remember how it went down?
I remember because me and Leanna played for a Bow Valley Pee Wee AA team, and one of the coaches actually his name was Corey Green, and he had a friend named Coach Stephanie, I believe, and they hosted a spring team, and me and Leanna were recommended by Corey to coach for that team, and that's when we got recognized by one of the coaches that worked for Hockey Alberta. And then later, maybe a year later, we were recommended to coach for these Alberta camps.
Wow, quite an accomplishment, to be quite honest with you girls. Yeah. Leanna, what is your plans for the future? You are currently in grade 11. Mm-hmm. What are you looking forward to the most, and how do you think working with, and I'm going to use the word working with, Hockey Alberta is helping you accomplish your goals?
So in the future, hopefully I'll go to the United States and play for a Div 1 hockey team there, and also pursue probably a career in the medical field. I think that this coaching opportunity will definitely build my kind of leadership and kind of independence on how to teach and how to give back to other people. And it'll also look good on my resume when I go and apply for these schools or apply for a job.
Very true. Now, Laura Lee, I know you're a little bit younger. Don't want to hold that against you. But have you thought about any of your future plans and how working with Hockey Alberta has helped you or encouraged you to reach those goals?
Definitely. I think like 2 years ago. That's when I started thinking about this kind of stuff. And same, I want to go into the medical field in university and probably play in the United States as well. And I think this is really going to help with that. But not only that, I also want to inspire kids.
You two are very well spoken, and I know that Brad knows that, and I'm not sure if our audience knows, but you two are very well spoken and well deserved of the position. And I hope you guys keep working hard with it. It's pretty mind blowing, right? What these coaches have to go through just to get the kids on the ice, just to get it all going and moving. Can you guys tell us or share with us a silly story of where everything went chaotic and the kids just weren't listening?
Actually, it's a very recent one. That was yesterday when I was coaching with these.
Hey, Brad, hang on, Laura Lee. Hey, Brad, take notes. Hey.
I was coaching the Timbits. They were fine, but then the session after that was the novice players, and I think just because of COVID, they weren't used to getting back on the ice, and they weren't listening as well. But me and the other head coach, we were able to get them to focus and stuff, but they were just rolling around on the ice and like talking to each other, and we kept telling them stay distanced, at least a stick length between them. But it was really funny.
That's awesome. What fun can you have on the ice? You got to roll around on it. No, you did too. You stopped and got down on the ice. Did you not, Laura Lee? You rolled around with them?
No, but we did do this drill when we had to skate as fast as we could and then slide like a penguin on the ice, just to get all those jiggles and fun out.
Brad, are you taking notes? This is what Darcy's teaching our future coaches.
If it's a learning experience and provides some of those valuable skills that we talked about, who am I to question it?
Very true. Walk like a penguin, talk like a penguin, move like a penguin. I guess it works. Leanna, do you got any cool stories you want to share with us about any camps that you've attended that are really just funny and wacko?
So one time, I'm pretty sure, like near the front lobby of where the camp was held, there's these vending machines. And the kids, what they did was they kind of started messing around with the vending machines. And I remember one time, one guy wanted to buy something, and one of the bars came out, but the other one was kind of just sitting there and hanging there. So what they did was they were trying to get it out and shake it a little bit. But, we want to practice that etiquette, around the lobby and stuff. So I had to make sure they all sat down and kind of just left it there. But yeah, they were for some reason, they were just so attracted to the vending machines.
Brad,
why is it the best hockey stories always involve food?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious about this, right?
Like I think back to many decades ago when I was playing. So I grew up in Ontario, and I remember our team was fortunate enough to go to the International Silver Stick Tournament. And I don't remember the games, I don't remember the tournament, but I remember having sloppy joes.
See, that's the fun things though, right, Brad? Those are the things that, and I bet you if we interview these two lovely ladies on Monday, there would have been something that crazy happened over the weekend that it wouldn't be on the ice. It would either involve food or some kid forgetting his water bottle. And it's funny to see, especially the little kids. Your U14s and up take it a little bit more seriously. They show up, they got their game face on, and they're ready to go. But the younger kids, to them, it's just a blast. It's fun. And I think that obviously we have two of the best young women that are out there right now working with our what it'd be U9 and U11. So it's great to see. Girls, what other things can you share with us about the programs that are coming up that you guys are going to be working with, and how your skills and your development are still building onto that? Like, I'm assuming you guys are doing the drills, you're showing how it's being done. Is anybody critiquing what you guys are doing and giving you guys pointers on it?
Just in the dressing room before we actually go on the ice to coach the kids. Sometimes they would give me a little pieces of advice, like on how to treat the younger kids versus the more mature kids. But like overall, I think they're all the same, and like I'm getting better and better as we go into the future.
Mm-hmm. Liana?
Sometimes when, we have trouble with kids, sometimes they're not listening or, they're rolling all over the ice. The other coaches, they come along and try and help us out. And sometimes that it's good for me and my sister because we kind of watch and learn on how they do it. And it kind of helps us build that kind of coaching attitude towards these kids.
Now, looking back now on your hockey career, do you both now have I'm going to use the word, better respect for your coaches?
Definitely.
Knowing what they, yeah. So now do you wish you guys could go back to at least Grand Prairie and tell those coaches you're sorry for goofing around on the ice?
Actually, we were kind of more of those quiet kids that would just pay attention the entire time.
No.
We were very shy when we were younger, but at least now we know the perspective of coaches on the ice, and we can actually like sit in their shoes and we know how they're feeling about things.
I don't believe you. I know that you're both loud. I saw both of you play. Whichever one wants to answer this, feel free. Now that you've gone through these processes and you've noticed how the coaches react to different situations, have you been able to help your current teammates on the Calgary Fire and say, hey, listen up, come on, we're working here? Have either one of you taken that role as a leader?
Honestly, no, because like there were some times when I would want to do that, but most of the time my team is very mature about things. And yes, we may be like goofing off, but when it's time to focus, that's when we focus.
On my team, since I'm one of the only 205s on my team and it was dominated by 03s, whenever somebody was maybe like goofing off, it would usually be the 03s to tell them to, settle down and stuff because, they went through the whole process and stuff and they're a bit older and they have a way with words. So I'm kind of one of those people that just leads by example and instead of just talking.
Brad, I think you should just hire them on at Hockey Alberta and just give them a title. What should we give them a title at?
Well, I hope they don't want to take my job because
I don't think anybody knows what your job is, Brad.
And that's the best way to have it. You can't have it taken away if people aren't sure what it is.
Exactly. You guys, trust me, you girls do not want Brad's job. It's very difficult. Excuse me, please. By the way, it's grape today. I made grape. SodaStream. If anybody watches that knows SodaStream, I would really appreciate them getting a hold of SodaStream and sponsoring our show by doing advertising because it's a good thing. If you girls don't have a SodaStream, tell your dad to get you one. Brad, get a SodaStream too, buddy. They're really good.
I hate carbonated water though. Like even those bubbly cans,
Yeah, we'll just get rid of her. I hate SodaStream. I'm just kidding. Girls, Brad, through these programs, and I want to bring you back onto the show to talk about this later, but moving forward in these girls' endeavors, there is a program through Hockey Alberta called the Junior Coaches Program. Would this be something, and I know these girls are very interested in it, but could you just take maybe 2 to 3 minutes to explain what that program is and how someone like these two young ladies, once they graduate, will be or could be looked at for that program? And then we'll bring you back on for another time and we'll talk more in depth in it.
Sure. So the Future Coaches Program, it's something we started about 5 years ago. We did a pilot in 2015, and we brought it on board as a full-fledged Hockey Alberta program in 2016. It's aimed at graduating. Well, at that time it was graduating midget players, now graduating U18 players, and the idea behind it is to identify some of those graduating players who have that level of enthusiasm, interest, may be interested in getting into coaching, and to give them a couple of days of sessions to help them perhaps get started on that path. Hockey Alberta, we've got a vision statement of hockey for life, and one of the things that we want to do our best to help with is when we've got people involved in our sport, we want to keep them involved. And if you're not interested in playing anymore, or maybe not as much, there's lots of other opportunities. So things like coaching and the Future Coaches program are intended to give those graduating U18 players an opportunity to get a bit of training in coaching. So practice planning, how to deal with players of different ages, some skill development sessions, that type of thing, as well as some professional development credit within our coaching program. So it's an opportunity just to see if there's an interest in coaching, and if there is, to provide sort of that entry level opportunity, get them introduced to the actual coach stream, the coaching certification process, and hopefully get that level of enthusiasm, get that hook into them, so that we can get them thinking, you know what, I've enjoyed the coaches I've had. I want to have, and I forget which of Laura Lee or Leanna mentioned it, but giving back. Recognizing that there are a lot of coaches out there who put in a lot of time and effort to further the careers and development of their players. It's that opportunity to give back, and that becomes very important. And unfortunately, we weren't able to offer the Future Coaches program last year due to COVID, but we do have it scheduled this year in an online format towards the end of April. Registration not quite ready publicly yet, but again, hockeyalberta.ca. If anybody who's a graduating U18 player who might be interested, keep checking our website, and the registration link will be public in the next week or two.
So, Leanne, you got a few more years left. Does this sound like something you'd be interested in?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. How about you, Laura Lee? You got a long time left.
Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, that's good, girls. I really appreciate all of my guests being on the show today. Please don't go anywhere. Just give me 1 second if you don't mind. Thanks, everyone, for being with us today on the Alberta Sports Show. Again, we were joined by the Alberta Female Hockey League players who currently play for the Calgary Fire, the Rizarri sisters. Great girls, really great girls. Great future ahead of them. Can't say so much about that Brad guy. He's still, I don't know what he did with my pigeon. I sent it to him, but it hasn't come back. Again, thanks very much for joining us. We'll see you guys next week. And bye for now.